Title: The Forgotten Goddess. In a time long forgotten, nestled deep within the heart of an enchanted forest, stood a shrine dedicated to Elara, the goddess of nature and balance. Once revered by all, Elara's name had faded into obscurity as mortals turned their worship to newer deities. Her powers waned, and her once vibrant shrine fell into disrepair, overgrown with vines and moss. One fateful day, a young sorcerer named Eric, driven by curiosity and a thirst for knowledge, ventured into the forest. He had heard whispers of an ancient power hidden within, and his heart raced with anticipation as he navigated the dense foliage. As he stumbled upon the forgotten shrine, a sense of awe washed over him. "Who dares disturb my slumber?" a voice echoed through the clearing, soft yet commanding. Eric's eyes widened as he looked around, searching for the source of the voice. "Who speaks?" he called out, his voice trembling with a mix of fear and excitement. "I am Elara, the forgotten goddess," the voice replied, emanating from the very stones of the shrine. "Mortals have forsaken me, and my power has diminished. But you, young sorcerer, have the potential to restore what was lost." Eric's curiosity turned to determination. "What must I do?" he asked, stepping closer to the shrine. Elara's voice softened, tinged with a hint of desperation. "Swear your loyalty to me, and I shall grant you a fraction of my power. Together, we will reclaim my place in this world and bring justice to those who abandoned me." Without hesitation, Eric knelt before the shrine. "I swear it," he vowed, feeling a surge of energy course through his veins as Elara's magic intertwined with his own. With their fates now bound, Eric and Elara set out on their journey. As they traveled through the kingdom, Elara's power grew stronger, fueled by Eric's unwavering resolve. They encountered villages and towns, each one a testament to the mortals' neglect of the goddess. The land was plagued by droughts, failing crops, and sickness. In each place they visited, Eric used his newfound powers to heal the land and its people. Word of the mysterious sorcerer and the miracles he performed spread like wildfire, and soon, whispers of Elara's name began to resurface. The people, desperate for salvation, started to remember the goddess they had once worshipped. Their journey led them to the heart of the kingdom, where the grand palace of King Aldrich stood. The king, a proud and arrogant ruler, had long since abandoned the old ways, choosing instead to worship gods of war and conquest. His kingdom thrived on the suffering of others, and his people lived in fear. As Eric and Elara approached the palace gates, they were met with resistance. Guards loyal to the king barred their way. "State your business," one of them demanded, eyeing Eric with suspicion. "We seek an audience with the king," Eric replied, his voice steady and confident. "We bring a message from the goddess Elara." The guards exchanged uneasy glances, but ultimately allowed them entry. They were led through the opulent halls of the palace, adorned with gold and jewels, a stark contrast to the suffering outside its walls. Finally, they stood before King Aldrich, who regarded them with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. "Who are you to demand my attention?" the king sneered, his eyes narrowing. Eric stepped forward, meeting the king's gaze without flinching. "I am Eric, a sorcerer bound to the goddess Elara. We have come to restore balance and bring justice to those who have forsaken her." The king's laughter echoed through the throne room. "A forgotten goddess and a mere sorcerer? You dare challenge my rule?" Elara's voice resonated within Eric, filling him with a sense of purpose. "We do not seek to challenge your rule, but to remind you of the consequences of your actions. You have abandoned the goddess who once blessed this land, and now you must face her wrath." With a wave of his hand, Eric summoned a torrent of magical energy, filling the room with a blinding light. The king's guards rushed forward, but they were no match for the combined power of Eric and Elara. One by one, they fell, leaving the king defenseless. King Aldrich's arrogance turned to fear as he realized the true extent of their power. "What do you want?" he pleaded, his voice trembling. "We want you to remember," Eric replied, his voice unwavering. "Remember the goddess who once protected this land. Restore her shrine and honor her as you once did." The king, humbled and broken, nodded in submission. "I will do as you ask," he vowed, his voice barely a whisper. With their mission complete, Eric and Elara left the palace, their bond stronger than ever. The people of the kingdom, inspired by the tales of the sorcerer and the goddess, began to rebuild Elara's shrine, offering prayers and sacrifices once more. As Elara's power was restored, the land flourished. Crops thrived, rivers flowed, and the people prospered. Eric, now a legend in his own right, continued to serve as Elara's champion, ensuring that her name would never be forgotten again. And so, the forgotten goddess was remembered, her power and influence restored, thanks to the unwavering loyalty of a young sorcerer who believed in her when no one else did. I hope you enjoy this story.